Hey everyone, my name is Nathan Torres, and welcome to Conversations with the World, the show where I have conversations with everyday people.
You feel something, you feel something. It's not about personality matrixels and charts. It's all about the bumps in your heart.
We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate or despise one another. In this world, there's room
I'm gonna
for
get there really quick.
Yeah.
And so for me, it's just if I have a job or really if I'm doing anything, it's just it's all about growth. So if I feel like I'm done growing, then I'm bored.
Yeah.
And I need to leave.
Yeah.
So
Do you think that has to do with also like the environment and the people you work with? Like, does that take into consideration like if you're not feeling like the same enthusiasm that?
Yeah, big time, because it's just you have to click with your surroundings. I would say.
Yeah.
I have to get along with my coworkers. We have to have the same interests because we're kind of in the same environment, and maybe our job titles are different, but the mission should be the same thing.
Yeah.
And
I mean, like when you came in, we got along right away. Like I know how tough it was, like for you to get thrown into that situation where we were like setting up soccer fields and you know.
Yeah.
So like I mean, like I tried my best to help you out as much as I could,
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, for me, it's just I've been in the service industry, food and
I
hospitality.
mean, we both come from that.
Yeah.
So we can see the differences.
Yeah, big time. That's just a normal day in there. High stress. You come into a shift, somebody called off. There's a cook who's out. Somebody's sick. This and that. Some other dude is hungover, and you got to take up more tables, or you got to like step up to the plate. And it's not like they're gonna close off a section in the restaurant. They're gonna, if it's a busy night, you have to
deal with it.
You have to deal with it. And stress is high, man. For those who never worked in the service industry job, they'll never really understand. Just like Black Friday, I will never understand Black Friday. I've never done retail. I can see, because I'm a very observant person. I can see how high stress that can be, but in reality, I haven't experienced it, so I can't. I don't really comment on it.
Yeah, that's true. And as well, you were a bartender, right?
I was a cocktail server.
Cocktail server. So,
yeah.
But you also did some serving. Did you have to work your way up to that?
Dude, I started as a dishwasher. My first job was a dishwasher at a little Mexican restaurant. It's actually down the street from here.
Really?
Yeah, El Tepeyac Cafe.
Okay, all right.
You know what, man? Best and worst. You know what? My Tom's Urban. You know what? All jobs I've ever had is like almost all jobs is best and worst job.
Yeah.
Because while I'm in it, it's just like, but once you leave, it's just like, damn, dude, like that was a crazy learning experience.
Yeah, well, yeah, like I think walking away from the restaurant industry has taught me so much.
Yes.
I mean, I act different when I go out to restaurants and I'm piling up plates,
Yeah.
cleaning up for them. I'm
Same.
thinking of them. Because I know how tough. Sometimes they like if you're a good server, I think it's good to hide your emotions. Like just be happy. I mean, just fake it till you make it.
Yeah, it's super hard. Yeah, it's super hard sometimes, but you're at work. You have to act as a professional as the best of your ability.
Exactly. I remember getting thrown into a situation where, I mean, around this time, graduation time,
the worst.
having the whole patio to myself,
God.
or having like someone help me out. Like at first, I think I've done it before, where I've done a whole patio by myself, and I was able to handle it with like bussers and help from them. But I remember doing it with two people, but that was actually a little bit harder with two people. I mean, obviously you're getting, help with carrying out trays and food, but I think like mixing up people's orders and stuff like that, that's where it can kind of get a little tedious.
Yes, 100%. And then it's good that you said working with another person on the big party. Usually if the place is pretty legitimate, a party of, I would say maybe 12 or more people, they would throw on two servers, right?
Yeah.
So now if you bring it back, we can tie this back to working at SSI.
Mm-hmm.
And the question that you asked, if I think it's important to get along with your coworkers. You have to, dude. Because if I don't click with another server, and if we don't, because for me, I'm a very laid-back, chill server. I'm not very upsally. I'm not, would you guys like to buy the bigger beer? I'm just like, hey, man, like, welcome. Like, what can I get for you? Do you want to try this? Okay, cool. All right, got it.
Yeah.
You have to be able to click with that server that you're going to be taking the table, because the restaurant industry is filled with all kinds of personalities.
Yep.
You know, so there's some people that just are very, very out for themselves and very independent, and they'll just say like, "Hey, I can take this whole table because, you know, respect out to them." You know, because
they're pushing.
they're pushing, and I majority of the restaurants I worked are out in LA.
Yeah.
So these people, they're not from here. They don't live here. I'm from here. Luckily, I don't have to pay high rent. You know, so I kind of see it from their perspective as well. It's just like, dude, now I have to share this $200 tip with this guy when I could have done I could have got the $200 tip, and I could have done the job myself.
Exactly.
You know? So like, I completely respect that, and I understand that, but at the end of the day, I try to play middleman in between, like, I guess, corporate policy and, you know, their self-interest. Yeah. I would say.
Yeah. Wow. So have you ever had a scary situation in your, you know, cocktail serving?
Oh, dude, plenty. Oh my God, yes.
Give me one.
Okay, the craziest one. Let's see. I used to work for the Sheraton Grand in downtown LA.
Uh-huh.
This was in 2017. So 2 years.
Not too long ago.
Yeah, not too long ago. Probably about a year and a half ago. Anyway, long story short, I worked at night. So my shifts would start at 4 p.m. and then they would end at midnight. I worked on the restaurant side mainly, but we also had a bar side.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, I can't remember what time it was. It was like maybe 9, 10 p.m. And then there was this lady who has been sitting at the bar. She was probably drinking since like 5.
Good Lord.
Yeah, and it was 9 o'clock, and she was still going. I think at that point, the bartender cut her off at 10. No, he cut her off maybe around 9, 9:30, right?
Yeah.
So she's just sitting there drinking her water, you know, just trying to come down from being too intoxicated.
Exactly.
And then these two gentlemen come down. So I worked for the hotel, and we had a bar downstairs, so there was always a bunch of, you know, people who are traveling in town from work, you know. So these two gentlemen who are staying from the hotel, they come down to have a drink, you know, kind of. I think they had just got off their flight. So they see her alone, and they start talking to her, and they offer to buy her a drink. So then, you know, the bartender didn't know.
Yeah.
We didn't know any of this was going on until, you know, what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So these dudes buy her a martini, whatever she was drinking, and then the bartender kind of catches it, like, that she was cut off and she has a drink. So he mistakenly, dude, you never reach over to grab a drink. You know, you just kind of tell him like, hey, you've been cut off. At least this is what I learned in my tips training, or the bar training.
Yeah.
That the company had.
Certain things you do so you don't make an escalation of.
Yeah, dude, and it's weird. Like, if a pregnant lady asks for alcohol, you have to.
Yeah, I mean.
You have to serve.
Yeah.
Like,
that's a
it's
scary
like a
thing.
discrimination thing.
Yeah, that is a scary thing.
Yeah, it's just, you know, luckily I've never been into that situation. So, okay, so from going back. So the bartender reaches over and tries to grab the drink, and she's just like, oh, no, this is my drink. Like, you can't take it away. And it's just like, ma'am, I've already cut you off, this and that. So she chugs her drink. While this is going on, I'm taking an order from a table on the restaurant side. Mm-hmm. And then all I hear is broken glass and then shouting.
Oof.
And I finish the order, and I kind of, like, peep over, like, put my head away as I'm writing, looking towards the bar, and I was just like, oh, what is all this commotion? So I finished. So my table was just like, damn, what was that? And I tell him, I was just like, I don't know, but let's order this so I can go find out. Yeah.
Because that's how it would be, huh? You're like, you hear some plates crash in the back. I'll find out what that is.
I'll find, because if they see me freak out, dude, then they're going to be like, oh, what's going on? You know what I mean? So it's just like, dude, you got to be chill.
Yeah, that's the go-to. You know, you have to kind of keep everybody calm in situations like that before they get way more escalated.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Monkey see, monkey do, man.
Yeah.
Monkey see, monkey do.
Yeah.
So I'm finished taking the order, so I go over, and then I see her just shouting at my bartender, dropping F-bombs, just, you know, you can't tell me what to do, this and that, and then the host is calling security, and I'm trying to calm her down. I was just like, man, you're going to need to calm down or get out. And she's just walking towards the door, and she kicks the door, and keep in mind, this door is probably like 10 feet. Probably weighs 300 pounds, and she's like trying to kick this door. I'm like, dude, you're gonna hyperextend your knee. Like, just stop.
Yeah.
So she grabs the door and she pulls in, and then she's walking out, storming out in the like the plaza, the outside plaza. And I told her, I was just like, man, you've been 86, like you can't come back to this bar.
86.
86. Yeah,
Only
dude.
restaurant people would know what that is.
Yes, sir.
I wonder if she got like security on her afterwards, cause like.
No, I kind of followed her for a bit out into the street just to make sure, because it was downtown LA, and
Yeah.
she was pretty intoxicated. I just didn't want her to like eat it, because then that could be on us.
Yeah.
So I followed her up the stairs, and then when she got up the stairs, she went up to the street, and I was just like, all right, that's it.
Yeah.
I guess I'll never see that chick. But yeah, that's I guess the craziest of the many crazy stories.
Yeah, that's an intense moment.
Yeah, dude, my bartender got a cocktail glass chucked at him, dude.
Oof.
Yeah, he said he had to like duck. There was a bunch of broken glass all over the place.
I don't know, I can't really like it's tough for me to be with people who can't control their drunkenness, and I've been around people, like, even at work, like, been in the bar where, like, people kind of just a little bit too loud, or a little bit too, like, physical with their wife or something like that.
Yeah, same, dude. You know what? I've been there. I've been at that point, and yeah, I totally agree. It's not pretty, and I haven't been there in a while, but I mean, I've only been drinking for like 3 years, so eventually people, if you decide to drink alcohol, you got to understand, just like anything else in your life, there's a relationship that has to be established.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So when I first started drinking alcohol, I was 21, and I was just, my athletic career kind of came towards an end, and I was just like, well, I guess I'm not working out so hard anymore, and now I can legally drink.
Yeah. So you partied it up for a bit.
I partied it up for a bit. I mean, still here and there, the occasional.
That's good.
Occasional little
You're living
distressor.
It up.
Yeah.
You're living it up, and I see what you're doing on the Instagram, and you're putting in work now.
Oh yeah, dude. This year has been pretty different compared to these last. Since the last 2.5 years.
So like once you left like SSI, like I saw, like, I started follow, we follow each other on IG, and like I started seeing that you kind of picked up like the gym again, and
Yeah.
I remember the last time that I talked to you when we were working, like you had hurt your back a little bit. So like.
No, yeah, my back has been hurt for a while.
So like, how do you like mend that? How do you like, because you're still going to the gym, you're still, putting like this stress on your muscle to build.
Yeah.
So how do you, make sure you take it easy at the same time?
I kind of just look at like what my current life looks like. Say for instance, my goal is to pack on 15 pounds of muscle. Dude, I need to strength train. I need to hit it hard. I need to be eating a sufficient amount of calories. I need to be getting a sufficient amount of rest. I probably shouldn't be drinking a lot of alcohol because that's taxing the nervous system.
In what way? Like, is there a moderation, like, one beer, like, one night, and you're still going? Like, if you want to keep that fitness, like, you really have to stay away from the beer?
No, it depends. Like, if you're trying to, honestly, the way I would say it, if you're really trying to compete and, like, trying to get up there for the alley marathon, don't be drinking alcohol.
Yeah.
But if you and your buddies are just like, hey, man, to be funny, let's just go train for the alley marathon.
And drink beer at the same time.
Yeah, drink beer at the same time. But if you make it like a competitive thing within like your friends, it's just like, hey, me as a competitive nature, I would just stop drinking alcohol so that I can train and recover the most.
And fake it.
And then,
just to show
dude, just be drinking water with lemon and sparkling water just to make it fancy. I'm like, no, dude, I'm drinking tequila soda.
You gotta drink the new Heineken. The new Heineken.
The clear Heineken.
It's not. There's no alcohol.
Yeah.
They took the alcohol out of the Heineken.
Yeah. Like an O'Doul's.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Non-alcoholic brew. Yeah, I'm drinking. Totally. I'm feeling it, guys. I'm feeling it. But that's good. I mean, so I always saw you kind of like dabble in like a friend's gym,
Yeah. That's my buddy. Garage Gym Fanatics on Instagram.
I feel like a lot of people are, starting to build garage gyms and.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I think just the health and fitness industry is just starting to, it's just getting bigger. Well, I would say, every industry is getting bigger since, the internet and, Instagram and social media is just, I think now I'm starting to realize it's not going away.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, it's not going away.
But I think there is a way that you can channel things and suppress them to your own audience.
Yes.
And I think you can be successful with your own audience. Like I feel like everyone nowadays, like, they're trying to, like, build something, but they think they need to, like, attack, like, everybody on social media.
Yes.
It's smart to build small at first. Got to get small radius, and then you expand your horizons from there.
Yeah, dude. For me, it's just like in terms of like business. I would call that a market. You got to find your market. For me, I guess the market for the gym that I work at, it's going to be people who kind of already have their career somewhat established, maybe in their late 20s, kind of want to take in a little bit more care of their health and fitness because knees are starting to hurt, back's starting to hurt. They read a blog on Facebook saying, like, sitting is the new cancer. They have the spare time. They have their kind of Monday to Friday 9 to 5 kind of thing. So that would be our market. I'm not gonna try to sell personal training to some dude who I'm sitting down in class who can't even afford a textbook.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like,
So-
why? I mean, you can mention it to them.
Yeah, I can give them as many tips, and dude, that's why I think like YouTube, Instagram, and all this stuff is so beautiful because now all this information is just free.
Free, yeah.
Free. But here's the bad thing: it's just like Wikipedia, man. It's not fact checked. Nothing is fact checked.
True.
I like to tell people it's just like just because some 19-year-old kid, male or female, doesn't matter, got on some exercise program and they got super jacked because they're 19 years old, and they've done 0 to no physical activity for the past 18 years of their life.
That's also what I wanted to ask you about. What your opinion is on like these brands that are getting like people to just promote on Instagram, whether it's just taking a picture, but we don't really know if people are taking these supplements.
Yeah.
If they're actually just making money off of advertisements rather than
Off
taking,
of commission, yeah, because say for instance this like I said, this kid got super jacked and then now he's trying to online personal train you or whatever, and he gets all these endorsement deals and brand deals from supplement A company and brand B company, but in reality he or she was like, most likely he, because I don't know really any girls, but taking a cycle of steroids or taking a cycle of trend, and just to get like gains and get them super quick,
Yeah.
When in reality he's trying to sell you like, hey, these BCAAs are going to get you super jacked and build muscle in 2 months, but
It's not how it
no,
works.
it's well, yeah, no, it's not.
It's gonna probably do that, but there are some side effects, and so-
Yeah, and then the whole thing with supplements is my whole philosophy is just, dude, if you can't get eating right, like why are you gonna try to supplement things?
Like, why bother? Like,
Yeah.
the eating it starts with giving you the energy you need.
Yeah.
The correct way.
Yes, exactly. So there's this pyramid that a lot of nutrition companies that I follow and a lot of PTs are. It's like a pyramid, and then the very bottom of the pyramid is calories, and then it goes into macros, and then I think it's like nutrient timing, and then supplements is like either the first one or the second to last or the last one. So the higher it goes into the pyramid, the less important it is.
Okay.
So the most important one is your calories, how much food you're just consuming.
Exactly.
On a daily basis. So, yeah.
What are your thoughts on pre-workout?
Caffeine, man. I think caffeine is that's what's just going to give you the stimulant. I'm not a scientist.
No, yeah.
I'm not promoting that I'm a registered dietitian or anything, but from what I understand, it's just majority of it is just like for me, it's just a cup of black coffee.
Yeah.
I'll slam that and I'm ready to go for the gym.
Yeah. Okay.
Some people need to feel like I can't remember the name of the compound that's in it, but it gives you feels like ants are on you.
Yeah, like it's
the itchy.
I think it happens to my face. Like it feels like a little bit like needles a little bit.
Yeah. Some
But-
people need that to psychologically, I would say.
Yeah.
Feel like, okay, now I'm ready to work out.
Exactly. It gets you pumped and stuff like that.
Yeah, just like how you have a kind of like a morning routine. Like that's your routine in terms of like that's what I need. That's what I need mentally to get ready for this workout.
Yeah. You know, I also think like I think a lot of people don't like normally stretch when they get up, and I think that's an important thing. And sometimes I don't do it, but like when I get the time in the morning to just stretch and like make sure everything's like loosey goosey, like that can actually have a good effect on like the rest of your morning building up to maybe if you go to the gym after before work or something like that.
Yeah, dude, just move as much as possible. That's my thing.
So that you can move when you're older.
Yeah, dude. Because I mean, when I first started working out, it was just like, what? I was 14. I was a freshman in high school. This was 2009. I was super competitive with my brother. We grew up playing baseball together. Like playing Yu-Gi-Oh cards and Pokemon, like almost anything, we were just trying to beat each other. Yeah, so he was a senior in high school, and he started working out with his best friend at the time, which me and him were really good friends, we're still really good friends. Yeah, we were working out at his buddy's, or our buddy, I guess, grandfather's garage. So they would go after school. So I was a freshman at the time, and my brother and him were seniors. So once we got out of school, we would go to his grandfather's garage and we started lifting weights.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, dude. So early on, it's just kind of like, hey, I just want to get jacked. Chest day every day. Big arms, whatever. This is me at 14, and then like me now, it's just like, hey man, I just want to make it a 70 without having a hip replacement and a knee replacement.
So that was my next question. What's your why now? Like, I kind of want to. I like to ask people who go to the gym, like, what's your why? For me, it's I'm a diabetic. I'm a type 1 diabetic.
Yeah.
I just need to prolong my life.
Yeah.
For just a little bit. Like, I know people say don't do the same routine at the gym. Like you're not really doing anything.
Yeah.
But I'm really just trying to stay a little fit.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm not trying to go full throttle because if you look at it, people who really go full throttle, like for example, like people who do like cross country running.
Yeah.
That shortens your lifespan.
Dude, I mean, athletes don't last forever, man.
Yeah.
Think about any athletic career, man. It's
not
sustainable.
Your GOAT. How the heck is he doing it?
Dude, Tom Brady. You know what? He's a quarterback.
Yeah, he doesn't.
So it's a little different and dude's got a lot of money, and I'm sure he uses it on a lot of recovery.
Yeah, you're right. That's true.
Dude, he goes to bed at 9 p.m. Dude's all like plant-based diet. Dude, he takes care of his health.
The TB12 method, that's what he calls it.
TB12 method. It's maybe, hopefully not, in the future we find out like, oh yeah, he was secretly taking like performance-enhancing drugs. Because diehard Patriots fan, for those who don't know.
Yeah.
I would be very sad.
That would be sad.
Would be very sad.
I think he's just an all.
No, he's yeah, dude. I think he's. I don't know the guy personally, so just based off what you see on media and things like that.
Yeah. He's very closed off, I would say.
Dude, very smart individual, hardworking, and yeah, dude, just like Kobe Bryant, man.
That's true. He had
like
this
Kobe
different
Bryant.
mentality.
Yeah.
There is this different mentality with these like all-star athletes.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see these athletes anymore. I feel like I don't.
What about Giannis? Kawhi?
Yeah, Kawhi. I don't know. Giannis. Okay, so here's the thing. I have a rule. I feel like, Tom Brady's done a couple commercials.
Boston.
Dude, I know. And then he promotes Aston Martin as well, and then Under Armour. So yeah.
He's got a lot of money coming in from those.
Yeah, but you know what? I feel like the more I see athletes on TV, the less their athletic career is like tied into that. You see what I mean? Because I see CP3, James Harden on
State Farm. State Farm. Yeah.
What are they doing in the playoffs?
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant. Well, I mean, it's definitely a different era. I wouldn't say like all this social media stuff and all this whatnot wasn't around in Kobe Bryant's day, but I feel like Kobe Bryant wouldn't focus on that. He's just like, I need to get my shots up. He's
focused. He's a focused guy. Like, there's a different mentality with like, these guys that are greats. That Michael Jordan had that killer instinct. Kobe Bryant had a killer instinct. I think we give time for Kawhi, and he'll eventually get that killer instinct too.
I know. I'm really hoping that they can turn it around in the series with
Oh,
Milwaukee.
It's tough right now.
Dude.
Portland, I think they're done.
Shouts out to Portland for making it that far.
That far,
though.
yeah.
Holy man.
I know me and Adrian, we were talking about that, like the series between Denver and Portland. We knew that, like, you know, that was a good series with Lillard and all that.
Yeah.
But it was just all for nothing because at
Yeah.
the end of the day, the Warriors were going to be the Warriors, even without Kevin Durant.
Dude, they say that, you know, I try not to watch too much of sports commentary because the dudes can be a little too dramatic sometimes.
Oh, harsh, you know, just
yeah,
ridiculous.
And I'm just like, but, you know, I get it. You know, it's entertaining.
Good TV.
Yeah, good TV. But, damn, what were we talking about?
Just the overall mentality of, like, these athletes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But let's get back to your why.
Okay, my why, yeah.
Your
yeah,
why
we
right
segue
now,
down.
so, like, why right now? Like, what's your gym routine looking like?
You know what, man? I'm working out, honestly, in reality, maybe 2-3 times out of the week.
Okay.
And then it's just some basic, like, mobility stuff.
Yeah.
You know, just kind of keeping things loosey-goosey. Not really strength training too much. Not endurance training. Yeah, I would say right now I'm just really, really focusing a lot on work, coaching, learning. So yeah, my sole focus on, I guess, you know, working out isn't a main priority for me. It's just get some movement in every day.
Yeah,
Get
so
some
that your days are easier.
Yeah,
You're a
so
little more comfortable.
So perfect, like what we were talking about sports, and Kobe having this like killer and Tom Brady having this killer mentality. But you know, they're off season, they're resting. You know, so it's just like I would consider this my off season a little bit.
Yeah, because you're focused on work.
Yeah, I'm focused on work, and then also I have to take into consideration it's just like, dude, I'm not sleeping a lot right now.
And that's important.
Yeah, dude, super recovery, man. That's the best recovery, dude. Don't be taking no BCAAs or omega-3s or any of that, dude. If your sleep and your diet kind of sucks, first take care of your sleep, man. Like, don't be hitting 6 days a week at the gym when you're sleeping 4 hours a night, because you're just gonna mess yourself up.
You're draining yourself.
You're draining yourself, and then you know maybe when you're 18, 19, you can do it. You know,
because you have all that. You know,
dude, you're still gonna bounce back like like nothing.
Yeah.
But you know, the older you get, the more responsibility you have, more stress and anxiety and all this other stuff. You know, life starts to happen.
Yeah, life can get stressful here in Los Angeles.
Yeah. Believe it or not, because some people are like, "Oh my God, you live in the States. It's so much easier." Or like my grandparents say, it's just like, "Oh my God, you guys have it so easier." It's just every generation says you have it easier, you have it easier. But at the same time, I don't. I like to say I don't know nothing about nothing, but I feel like every generation just has it equally as hard, because then there's new obstacles that have to come out. Say for instance, like my parents' generation, I would say, they were born in the 70s, and I guess like around that time it was just like college, get a good job, work for corporate America. Kind of, I guess, grew up in corporate America scene or whatever. And I guess we're in the technological era. I don't know, like.
I think there's a lot of entrepreneurs.
A lot of entrepreneurs, dude. I mean, they say that with the help of AI, I think the majority of retail and trucking jobs are going to go out the window soon.
Wow.
Yeah.
So maybe my job at Amazon Flex will be gone pretty soon.
Maybe.
I'm actually on thin ice with them because I was really upset with. I had a shift and I didn't know on Friday, and I tried to drop the shift, but when I opened the app, it asked for me to update it, and I was here, and we don't have good Wi-Fi here, and I was trying to update, and then I didn't realize that my storage was filled, so I was just like, and I got in trouble. They emailed me, but I'm gonna send them a nice email giving them explanation of what happened.
Yeah, I remember I was doing. Do you know that app Tackle? Tackle. It's like you do like chores for people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Do you think people are asking for audio engineers on that?
I don't know. No, it's more of like, hey, dude, can you come mow my lawn? Hey, can you help me move a couch?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Can you help me tackle that? Yeah, sure.
Pretty much, exactly. That's the whole concept.
So you've been rocking with that?
I did it once.
What'd you do?
I helped some dude move his couch from one house to another. Made $100 in like an hour.
Really?
Yeah, it was
plot
pretty
twist, dead body inside the couch. No, I'm just kidding.
That would be crazy.
Just kidding.
It was a pretty light couch, so.